Hello, everyone. This is Jenna Cuddeback, and this is my presentation on SDG number 3. For this SDG Sustainable Development Goal topic, I chose to do world hunger. So, first, I'm going to get into that. Hunger is a global problem that impacts hundreds of millions of people. Most of the time, it's in lower and middle income level countries. It's often referred to as undernourishment, and it is a global crisis that pretty much is insufficient success for adequate food for a significant portion of the population of that area that results in malnutrition and suffering. Alrighty, and I chose to do this in Italy. So, getting on to the next section. This is big data in Italy versus the United States based off of world hunger, or not world hunger, but hunger in this country. So 2.5% of Italy's population is undernourished, and 2.5% of the United States population is also undernourished. And in total, the world's population is 9.8%. So Italy and the United States don't necessarily have huge percents of their population that are undernourished, but there definitely still is some. And since these countries are not prone to big areas of hunger, this mainly has to do with the homeless population or just very rural areas. Next is Italy's future plans to help that. So they are currently doing social assistance programs, which is where they pretty much bring canned foods, or they do a bunch of food drives to these undernourished areas of the country, and that has been very helpful. Also, poverty reduction, making sure that the minimum wage is at level where people can still survive off of. And lastly, supporting the vulnerable populations. This also kind of goes along with the social assistance programs. They do food drives, they will provide shelter to the homeless, as the United States also does. But yeah. Alrighty, and so here's a little chart that I created about how Italy can combat world hunger. Although that's very hard to do worldwide, but this is what they can also do starting in their country. First would be to strengthen the social safety nets, as in food stamps or giving shelter to low income families that can't afford housing, things of that nature. The next thing would be to promote food banks and food recovery programs. And when I mean promote, that means make sure that they are getting adequate supplies and funding necessary to keep these organizations and programs going for the hungry or the malnourished population. Next, they can support small scale agricultural and local food production, farms technically. If they help produce a lot of food with them, then they can distribute to the population that is in need. Lastly, to partner with charities and non government organizations. The United States also does a lot of these things, but by doing that, they can get more supplies and funding that they need if people in the area will not do so. But yeah, thanks for listening to my recording.